Today, I have another story time, and this one's a little bit deep. It's pretty personal to me. It's about my childhood, so yeah, let's just get straight into it. Um, as the title suggests, when I was younger, I'd say before about the age of maybe 16 or something, uh, I was a selfish little cunt. And I know that that word isn't as regularly used in other parts of the world as it is in Australia where I grew up, but that helps to describe it. That does help to encapsulate what I was. And I don't know exactly how it came about. I had a good upbringing. I had a great mother, and she fed me unconditional love, no matter what, all the time. And for some reason, I was the only child. Maybe that helped to build towards it. But I was very selfish, and I truly believed that the entire world revolved around me, and that there was a very, very big possibility that I was the only person that even existed. And when I closed my eyes, or when I was not around other people, they just stopped. And as soon as I opened my eyes again, the system was so flawless that they would be doing exactly what they should have been doing when before I closed my eyes, and so on and so forth. You can extrapolate the delusion. I don't need to go into it too much, but yeah, I was a selfish little fucker. And looking back on it now, I'm 26 years old now. Looking back on it now disgusts me, and I thought I'd share my story here because maybe it'll help someone. Maybe it'll help someone see it in someone else, and maybe not hate them as I would have hated that young self of me. I don't know how my mum stuck around, that little bastard. I really don't. But yeah, maybe it'll shed some light on it in some way. So I'll share it. Maybe it'll entertain some people as well. So as I said, I was the center of the universe. To me, my wants and my desires was all that was important. Fuck everything else. But other people, what's that? Somehow I managed to keep a big group of close friends around me as well. So maybe I wasn't as bad as I see myself in my head. But like I might have touched on it in other videos. I'm very judgmental of myself. I hold myself to a high standard. So that version of me, that young guy that was me, he disgusts me. In a lot of ways. But that was a big one, a selfish one. The way I treated my mom. Sorry guys, just had a little video malfunction. Okay, so yeah, I was selfish, and selfish with my mom, selfish with my friends in a lot of respects. And the hard part is, the worst part I'd say, is that really was me. That wasn't something that people projected onto me. That's not something I can blame on anyone else. I don't know where I got it from. As I said, I had unconditional love, and my mom was the perfect example of a selfless person and of what being selfless can give to you. She seemed pretty happy about it, and that always confused me. But onto the story part. So I use this as an example when I tell this story, or when I think about it, because I think it highlights it well. And it's a story of dinner time. Dinner time is something that everyone can relate to. It's something that we all sit around the family, or not, but everyone has dinner, and everyone knows what it's like to have food and then to be hungry and want maybe some of someone else's food. So with my mum, she used to cook up. I use sausage as an example because this is the real incident that was burned into my head at that young age. And for example, she makes 6 sausages. I was a growing boy. I used to eat more than my mum anyway. So I would have 4, she would have 2. And every now and then, there'd be one left over. If mum had only had one so far, she'd put him in the middle and we'd just start eating. And she'd offer that sausage to me. And when I was young, I would just take the sausage. Like, yeah, of course, I'm going to take this sausage. That's my 5th sausage. I'm hungry. I want it. It's delicious. Let's go. And the sick part about it was that I even used to look at my mum like she was, like there was something wrong with her. Like, what the fuck would she give that to me for? What's wrong with this lady? Obviously she should take it. That's a sausage. We're both hungry. Take it. Take it all you can get, because that was my mentality. And yeah, I used to question that a lot in my head, but believe me, I took the sausage, and I would always take the sausage, whether it's sausages or other foods. That's besides the point. I would take it, and I would enjoy it, and I wouldn't even think twice about it, not feel guilty, not worry about her being hungry, nothing. I was very self-centered. That was my goal. That was what I wanted. Of course I'm going to take it. So the real turning point, and I guess the positive to this story is, there came a day, I don't know whether, I was getting a bit older, maybe I was 16, something around there, and I still struggled with this for a long time afterwards, don't get me wrong, but this was the first time. I might have heard about it a lot, some people told me, or I might have just observed people, maybe even observed my mum, but I don't know what caused it. But I decided that I was going to give the sausage to mum when she offered it to me. And, you know, another kind of sick point is I might have even been doing that as an act, you know, because people have been telling me a lot lately that I was selfish. I wanted to prove them wrong. So I'll prove you that I'm not selfish by pretending to not be selfish, because I did want that last sausage. Believe me, I wanted the fucking sausage. But I decided, yeah, if I give her the sausages, then she won't be able to call me selfish anymore. I give sausages away. So I did. I offered it to her, and my mum's face was like, what? This little thing, this thing that I've been harboring my whole life has offered me the sausage. But she took it, and you know, I sat there and I sat back and watched. I'd finished my food, and I sat back and I watched her enjoy this sausage. And this was a really crucial time for me, because this scene is burned into my head, because I didn't feel a loss. I didn't feel bad. I felt something good. I felt a fulfillment. I felt nice inside, and she did too. You know, so I kind of learnt that day that giving to someone sometimes, and actually a lot, is even better. It's an even more enjoyable feeling than taking that thing for yourself. And I struggled with this. As I mentioned, I struggled with this for years after, and I took a while to perfect it, because there is always that internal struggle. You've got this guy saying, this selfish guy saying, take for you, this is yours. And then you've got this other guy saying, but you know what, that's another person, you really care about them, and then they could have that and enjoy it. And then you'd get to enjoy watching them enjoy it. So, you know, it's this whole other angle that I got to play with and learn from. And I feel now, on a positive note, that I really have come full circle on that. And I'm proud about that. You know, I feel like a very giving person, but more specifically, it's good. It feels good, you know? And I guess that's the point that I missed a lot when I was younger. So maybe that'll help someone out there, you know? Maybe it's not you. Maybe you're not the selfish person, but maybe you know someone else who acts a bit like that. And maybe there's a couple little things that you could drop to them, or there's some way you could demonstrate it, or at least forgive them for it. Because, you know, I to this day can't understand why my mother would have even put up with that. You know, I don't have kids. All right. 2 video malfunctions in one day. I'm not doing too well. But anyway, let's wrap this thing up. So the last thought was just, I don't have kids of my own, so I obviously don't understand the true meaning of unconditional love yet, like probably a lot of you guys do out there. But the thought was, maybe it will help someone out there, and on the respects, maybe it'll help you forgive someone or look past it in someone if someone does seem to be doing that, as my mum did in me, because that really baffled me as a kid. So I'll end it on that. And as always, I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about it. Maybe have some similar stories or some questions or whatever. You know, I can always do some more videos in the future to cover that. So yeah, just let me know.